Hello and welcome to this video, which I am super passionate about. I just want to make a quick disclaimer. I am 15. I am not a nutritionist or doctor or personal trainer or anything like that, clearly. But I have experienced a lot in my health journey and learnt from other people along the way. I have got big range of knowledge compared to most teenagers who immediately think, I want to lose weight, want to go on a diet, and this is what I have to do just because Instagram told me. If you have certain health requirements or you have been instructed by a doctor or a nutritionist to follow a certain diet or meal plan, then of course listen to them. They are the professional. Everyone's diet is different. We can all eat a different amount. So this video is based for teenagers, but this is just a general guide to help you stop them really unhealthy habits, which can lead to eating disorders or loss of periods, body dysmorphia, all of them not good things. I just want to help people feel healthy on the inside, then you'll see it on the outside. If your insides are all screwed up, you're not eating enough, you're going to look like that. You're going to look very weak and thin and tired and run down in this modern world. You're scrolling through Instagram and you see the highlights of people. It would be one photo out of 100, 200, 1,000 with the perfect filter, and we compare ourselves to them saying, wow, they look so good and I do not look like that all the time. I'm never going to look like that. I must go on a diet. I must restrict my carbs. So it does make me upset hearing that girls think this way, and I'm going to hopefully be here to educate some people on why that is wrong and how you can have a different and more healthy approach to that. Most diets and unhealthy habits happen because you're feeling self-conscious, or there's something you want to change about your body, or you're just constantly comparing yourself to people on social media, which is very, very not good. And then you see these really unqualified, dumb accounts saying eat this and not that, and just promoting bad diets that are like 1,000 calories, which is what a child should be eating, like a very fetus child. And as teenagers, we're growing, we need to be caring for our bodies and making sure we're eating enough, otherwise it will mess up our hormones and growth and bones. So if you come across them photos which are saying eat this, this has less calories in it than that, literally just swipe out of that, get off the app, because you're clearly mindlessly scrolling. You may believe that that's going to make you look amazing and be super low body fat and whatever you want, but it's really just not maintainable, and doing that will put your body in starvation mode, hold on to all of your fat because it thinks it's not going to get any more, and then when you eat again, you're just going to gain weight back. If you have got some serious health goals, only take advice about what goes into your body from a nutritionist or a doctor. But really, you just need to listen to your body. If you're hungry, then eat. If you find yourself binge eating, then that means that you're not eating enough throughout the day. You should really focus on having a big breakfast, some small snacks, and definitely a lunch and a dinner. If you're cutting them out, then you're more likely to binge eat. You really need to be conscious of making sure you're eating enough. For girls especially, it can really mess up your menstrual cycle. But I actually lost my time of the month for around 2 years, which is not very normal. I'll go into that in another video, but I got them back at the start of this year from the assistance of a nutritionist. I really just had to listen to a professional perspective of what is good for my body, and it was definitely a lot different to what you see on Instagram. Most people promote clean eating, low carb, low fat. Getting people's approval and looking a certain way is so not worth messing up your whole body. You really got to ask yourself, why do I want to change my body? Is it to impress someone else, or do I genuinely just want to feel better and make healthier changes? And for most people at like a teenage age, it is a physical thing. Like you want to have a flat stomach or have leaner legs and have a bigger bum. And this is usually based off of what you see other people talking about and what gets the most likes. It is bad, but it's true that usually prettier people and people with nicer figures get more likes on Instagram. Hopefully that can change in the future, and that is where most of the influence comes in. I would much rather be friends with someone who has a good personality and post whatever they like on Instagram. If they want to post a quote or something random, something funny, no filters, then good on them. I would rather be friends with someone like that than someone who's all filters. I have to delete every single photo and make sure everything is perfect, have a theme going on. I don't want to be a part of that, because that's just like an obsessive mindset over social media, which I do not want to be around. If someone is judging you, or you can see them bullying other people, then they're clearly very self-conscious of their own body, so they need to pick other people's apart so then they feel better about themselves. I have been surrounded by best friends like that, and they never did it to me to my face, but I saw them doing it to other people. They'd be scrolling, picking, and that just made me feel so self-conscious, so I never posted anything that was showing too much skin because I was worried what they would say of me. People like that really do have problems of their own. It's not about us that they're picking on, it's really a reflection on them and what they're self-conscious about. And just respect everyone else, because we have all got different genes and we all look different, and just because you look more lean and skinny on the outside does not mean you're healthier on the inside. If you want to lose some body fat or gain a bit more muscle, that is fine, but if you are in the mindset of I really want to lose weight, losing weight as a teenager is definitely not something you want to do unless you are overweight and you've been told by a doctor that you should be losing weight. Then get assistance from them. But as a healthy range teenager, you shouldn't be wanting to lose weight. Most of our growing is happening now. We're trying to become adults. Our height, our bones, everything is growing, and that is obviously going to increase our weight. If you think about from the age of 10 to now a 15-year-old, I would have gained a lot of weight, and that is normal. It's not saying I've gained fat. Your weight's up here and it's going up and up as you're growing, and that is natural. If you want to decrease that as you're trying to grow, it's just not going to work. You're going to stop growing, not look that healthy. I was at that phase, and then your body will just stop working properly. You might lose your period, you might get some sort of skin reaction, hormone imbalances, and it will put your body in a really bad state. So we want to avoid that little glitch there. As you're going through your teenage years, you want to keep gaining weight as a natural thing. For you to want to lose weight is... I was a very thin teenager, but I did have lots of body fat stored on my stomach, and I wanted to gain a lot more muscle because I was so weak. So I started to incorporate weights, and that really helped me define my muscles, gain some strength, and I have gotten so much stronger since year 8 to year 10. My arms are a lot stronger, my legs 100%. I wanted to feel stronger. I wanted to be able to open a bottle of sauce myself. Once you've gotten out that mindset of I want to lose weight and you actually get a specific goal, then this is where it gets good. Now for the nutrition part of it and some of the health myths. So people think I'm going to lose weight and look heaps good and be bikini body ready, which one is a stupid term. Everyone is ready for a bikini no matter what size you are and how you look. So there are a lot of myths. Cutting out carbs is going to make you lose weight to some extent, and for some people this is true. It's because your body does not have enough carbs in it and enough energy, so it starts to break down the fat that has been stored. Like, I would never recommend this to a teenager because you don't want to be at that point where you have no energy, so you're using fat. I think that you need to have a good balance between all the macros, which is carbs, protein and fat. But what's recommended is 50% of your makeup is carbs, 30 is fat and 20 is protein. I think I have a little bit more protein than fat, but they just differ a bit. I could not cut out carbs. It's just not a maintainable lifestyle for me. I can be happy with my body and still eat bread and pasta and rice. I don't feel like I'm fat at all, and most people eat them are not. It's just when you go excessive and you eat too many carbs and too many fats for what your body needs, that's when it starts to store the weight. But on a day-to-day basis, if you're eating until you're just perfectly full, then that shouldn't be a problem. It's mainly just about not overeating, but making sure you're eating enough, because if you're not eating enough, that's when your body really holds on to the weight. White bread and brown bread, neither one of them two is worse than the other. The brown bread and brown rice get broken down slower, so they give you more stabilized energy levels, and that is really what I look for. I do have white rice, I do have white potato. It's just something to be aware of, that neither one of them two are going to make you fat. Their breakdown process is a bit different, but at the end of the day, they're both pretty much the same thing. The next one is fat makes you fat. Incorrect again. If you are not overdoing it, fats are really, really healthy for you. They're really important for your brain and for your hormones and your fertility for women, your whole body. Like, they're really important and you need to have them. Last, like, big health nutrition thing is exactly following other people's diets so you will look like them. Look up what I eat in a day. This girl, she has a nice body, let's copy exactly what she eats. That is not going to make you look like that person, for we're all completely different. We have different metabolisms, we exercise differently in different intensities, we burn more or burn less than a certain person in a day, so you can't be eating the exact same. And especially if it is a model diet, honey, children, let me tell you, please do not go follow them. It is literally the worst thing you can do, because most of them just do really weird restrictive things. As a normal teenager, you wouldn't be eating like that normally. You're not training to be stick thin and just have absolutely no fat on your body, and they are really pretty, but I wouldn't say I want to look like that, because I wouldn't feel strong. I'd feel pretty weak, and nothing against them, but it's just not something as a teenager I aspire to be like. You gotta find what works for you. And when you're exercising, you're burning calories, which is like essentially food, energy. Choking, dying. Just without exercising, you do burn calories. And I'm not going to recommend to a teenager that you worry about calories, because it's so unnecessary and not a good thing to do. I'm just going to use it in this example from what I've learned. This is how much energy you burn in a day. Naturally, we use our brains to think, we walk around, we move. This is using energy to do this. And this is how much you eat. You want to have them the same to maintain weight. If you are exercising and you're still eating the same, then that's not very good. There's no balance there. You're not going to see the results you want. You're probably going to be losing muscle mass. It's not really ideal. And your body will probably hold on to the fat. So if you eat enough again, you'll be gaining that bit of muscle, you'll be losing a bit of body fat, because your body is going to be changing to suit the intensity of the exercises that you're doing. And if you are eating more than enough, that is when your body starts to hold on to the energy. But if you are under eating and exercising a lot, there's a big difference. Your body's going to hold on to the fat until it's completely deprived and starved from the energy from carbs. Really mess up your body's hormones, energy levels. It's really just, that's not fun times. And then when you do decide to eat more, you exercise less, then you get back to a good balance and you will gain weight. But that's just how it is if you decide to be silly and restrict yourself that much. So I've achieved my dream body. I first started my health journey, I had this really bad idea of, I just wanted to lose weight and look like this girl and have a flat stomach. That is completely opposite to my goal now. I wanted to feel strong and like powerful, and I wanted to look fit. I wanted to feel fit and healthy. So I've done this by making sure I'm eating enough. I exercise by using weights. I don't overdo my exercise, mainly 3 times a week max. I'll go to the gym, and then I do soccer, tumbling and walking / running. I've really made educated decisions based on what nutritionists and doctors have told me, and really taken on board the professional side of this rather than the Instagram influencers stuff. So I reckon that wraps up this video. I hope you guys got something out of this and enjoyed it. I hope I helped just one person out there who is struggling with a bit of self-image problems, and you got some tips from me. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video.
Everybody, can you feel the groove?